Hey everybody, it's Brian, and in this video, we're going to do something a little different. We're not going to talk about an Apple product. I know, it's crazy. But I got a new device, and I got early access to it, and it's called the Halo Band. It's from Amazon. It's their take on a fitness tracker. I'm not sure if you've heard about it yet, but I got it about 72 hours ago or so, so I figured we'd take a look at it. But before we get started talking about the good and the bad, let's go back in time and let's do an unboxing. Okay, so the box seems pretty simple. Just has some information about the band. And then there's these little pull tabs. There's actually a pull tab on both sides. And that looks like there's one more at the bottom when you get it open. So you just pull that and then we can open it. And there's the band. Looks pretty good. I mean, it seems, nice and simple. Nothing too fancy with it. We'll take a look at that later. Let's see what else is in here. Looks like some kind of instruction guide. Maybe, yep. Just information about the band, how to charge, what to do, the one button that's on it, and then just a bunch of who needs that. And then it looks like we got the charging cable and whatever this thing is. This thing looks kind of crazy, but there you go. So first off, let me talk about where is the charging brick, Amazon? And come on, who doesn't put a charging brick in the box? Oh wait, never mind. It's 2020. Nobody does anymore, apparently. So, but let's talk about the good. Because my mama always raised me right. She said if you can't say anything good, don't say nothing at all. So I'm going to talk about the good first. It's kind of small. It's lightweightish. Does okay at fitness tracking. Does okay at sleep tracking. Yeah, that's about it. So now let's talk about the bad, because that's what we're here for. Really, we love to bad talk other products that's not Apple. So let's talk about the bad. First off, what in the world, Amazon, is this? This is their charger. I want to just cut this off and use it to hold my chips. I mean, really. First off, it's annoying to get that thing in there, and I always have to look, even though I've kind of realized that the button goes on the outside, because there is a button on this thing on the right here. But you got to put it in there, and then you got to flatten it down, because otherwise it doesn't make the connection for it to charge. And this is like an everyday thing, so it's like, if it wasn't an everyday thing, maybe it wouldn't be awful, but really? This? I don't get it. All right, let's go on to the next bad. So Amazon says to wear this snugly on your wrist. So that's what I did. I wore it snugly on my wrist, but you know what it did? It bruised my wrist. My wrist hurts like crazy right here from wearing this thing. I didn't wear it yesterday morning just because I wanted a break from it, because it hurt. So I've loosened it. I wouldn't consider this as snugly. It moves around pretty good. I don't consider that snugly. This I consider more snugly. Now this is, this can move around, but it's more tight than this is. But however they made this, I don't know if it's because it's small and just the way it's shaped, but it will bruise your wrist, or at least it did mine. Maybe my wrists are, I don't know, weak. Next up, the activity tracking. Like I said, it does okay, but they do this point system. So I think it tracks everything pretty accurately compared to the Apple Watch, and the heart rate seems to be okay as well. But they do this point system, and it's 150 points to close the ring. So I did it, and you're supposed to close a ring in a week or less. And then they got 300 if you're awesome or whatever. So it took me about 2-3 days to close the 150. Like I said, I've only had this for about 3 days or so. So 4 days maybe. 4 days. I had it the night before. So yeah, it took me less than 3 days to close my rings. But then today, the ring went away because it's Monday and everything resets on a Monday. I feel like with this point system that, let's say today's Monday, it should just take away last Monday and just keep going. So then if your ring gets unfilled, it's because you lost a really active day and you need to make up for that. To me, that seems to work way better. There's two main reasons why I got this one. The first one is all this tonal tracking. So I've tried it. It has two different settings for that, to where it can listen more often or it can listen not as often. The not as often gives you 2 days of battery. The more often gives you 1. So I did that. I did the 1 because I wanted to get it to hear what it, how do I talk to people? Well, first off, it is kind of creepy. Amazon always listening, because it does get sent to their servers and all that stuff for them to detect how you talk. And, I have kind of a monotone voice, I believe. I get more excited when I talk about tech stuff, especially Apple. I love Apple. I can't help it. But according to Amazon, I'm the meanest person in the world. And it might have something to do with the fact that I have a 5-year-old that has a broken collarbone and is running around like crazy. And I'm constantly trying to get him to sit still and not break something else or break this even more. But it thinks that I'm evil as can be, and maybe I just don't talk to people very nicely, and I don't think I do, but if I do, I am so sorry for everybody I've ever met in real life. I didn't know, but now I do, maybe. Well, I don't trust it. So the other feature I was really excited about, it's this body scanner thing, and I really haven't had enough time for it, because it says, you got to use it for 2 weeks. You take a scan one day, you wait 2 weeks, you take another scan. So I really don't know if it's going to motivate me at all or if it's going to do anything at all. But really, you don't need the device for it, but they make you have the device to gain access to it, because you can't log in unless it notices that you have the device. And Amazon does charge, right now during the early access, it's free, but eventually I think it's going to be $3, $4, maybe $4 to $6 a month or something for the app usage. So there's that, but I'll show some clips of how it works. It kind of does this body scan, and then you get access to this ability to kind of look at what stage of your body is based on your body fat percentage or whatever. So it's interesting. I think they got a lot of backlash with body shaming and stuff like that. I don't know. It is what it is. I think it's all in good as far as, this is a feature. I think there's a mirror that can do this or something like that as well. That costs thousands of dollars, and now they're doing it from a phone. I think they'd have better off if they just made that feature and charged for that rather than make this thing. So that's it. That's my 72 hours with it so far. I don't know what to really say other than, should you buy it? No. Right now, I believe if you can get early access, it's about $60, $70. Eventually, it's going to be $100. Then you're also going to have the $4 to $6 fee. It all adds up pretty quick. And for what it is, if you want to bruise your wrist and have this thing on your device, you go for it, you do you. But for me, yeah, it might go in a drawer or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So yeah, so that's it for this one. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. And leave a comment down below too, because what do you guys think about third-party trackers? To me, I went through so many of them before the Apple Watch came out, and I haven't really messed around with them since, because the Apple Watch by far, I think, exceeds all of them. Can't beat the Apple Watch. You just can't. There's no screen on this. That's another thing. It's the only way to gain access is to get on your device, get on your phone and look. And it's I understand they're trying to break from you, but the great thing about this is, I can quickly check and then not have to pull out my phone, to where this, if I want to check, I have to pull out my phone, and then I might get stuck on Instagram for an hour or two. I think Apple got it more right than them. So that's it. That's my take on it. Are you surprised? Are you surprised that I'm saying, hey, the Apple Watch is better than the Amazon? I don't think you are. I know I'm not. So, but yeah, feel free. Leave a comment, hit that thumbs up. I will see you guys in the next one.